All right, so we're going live now.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So it's about 3 minutes till 7, but we're going to go ahead and kind of give a chance for everybody to start coming in and getting set up. And we're doing our final prep and getting set up as well for this live presentation tonight. And do you have it?
Well, so I don't know if you can watch your own video on your own account.
Well, that may not happen. That's be something that we're learning. We're still learning, everybody, on how this live streaming works. We've got
two people.
Got 2 people started already. Excellent, excellent.
Yeah, here we go. And I think if I mute this,
it may not let you do it, huh?
Well, no, it's doing it. I'm just trying to get it so there's an ad playing right now. And then you have 3 people watching, and
all right.
You got your... Yeah, I'm going to skip the ads, sorry.
Good, good, good.
Right, so
Bear with us a moment, guys, while we get everything set up, and hopefully we'll get some more people joining in. And then we're going to get started right at 7 o'clock.
ask them to check the chat so we can see that.
And if you would, if you don't mind, check the chat so we can see if that is working as well. So say hello or hi or something.
10 people watching.
Got 10 people? Awesome.
You want this in your lap, or would you rather...
No, I just want to set it right over there. And that way I just kind of keep an eye on it. Cause I'm kind of curious as to what it looks like also. Because being on this side of the camera is kind of interesting. I don't get to see anything.
Yeah. Somebody said hello.
All right, does it say chat over there?
Yeah. David said, hey, Paul.
All right.
I think there's a slight delay on that one because we're watching it.
There's going to be about a
Jeff said,
second delay.
Yeah, Jeff said hello. David said, I sure do appreciate all of your information. Jerry said hi. All right, cool. Yeah. So what I'm learning here is on the camera that's actually doing the videoing, it's more active. And then over here, it's probably a little bit more delayed.
Yeah, so that may not work. But I'm kind of curious to see how that's going to work out.
Yeah, that's a good thing then. There we go.
We're going to have fun with this. And this is something we really want to start doing on a regular basis.
It is 7 o'clock, though, too.
It is 7 o'clock?
Yeah.
All right, folks, welcome to Pawpaw's Workshop. I'm glad that everybody came out tonight. And I'm hoping that a bunch more people will join in as time goes along. But, you know, I do have some special announcements to be able to go over tonight. And the first one is we've hit a huge milestone. I have hit 2,000 subscribers, and that is just fantastic, guys. I really, really appreciate all the support that you guys have given to me. I couldn't have done it without you, and it's been great. This has only been, what, 11 months since I started this channel, and to be able to have this type of growth, it could only happen from you guys, so I just want to really say thank you. And then the other big announcement that I wanted to be able to talk about tonight is that I had been in touch with Inventables, and I'm not endorsed by Inventables, and I'm not paid by Inventables. But one of the things that Inventables has done is that on their YouTube page, on their home page, they have included a CNC playlist where I am featured on that playlist.
Yeah, I think it's all 64 of your videos, too.
So it's actually the 64 videos that I have that's in my playlist. They've attached it to their YouTube channel. So if you want to go over and take a look there, that would be awesome. So tonight, I want to be able to go through and change brushes. There's oftentimes a lot of different discussion about changing brushes. When do you change it? How long do they last? And you know, the interesting thing about it, if you have a normal workshop with a normal woodworking and you got a router sitting on the shelf, that router may sit on the shelf for years and you never have to change the brushes. And guys, I've got several that I've had for 15, 20 years, and I have never, ever changed the brushes on them. And it's the reason being, you really don't use them that much. Now, on the XCarve, you've got a palm router. It's a DeWalt 611. And technically, they're really not made to run continuous forever and ever and ever. But you know what? They really do a good job for what that we're using them for. And what's happening, the brushes on those will last somewhere between 100 to maybe 200 hours. Another question that we always get is, what setting do you put the router on? The router should be set on 1. There's really no reason to run your router any higher than setting 1 on that router. Now, how do you keep track of the hours? You know, a lot of people actually will put hour meters on their machines and do all kind of fancy stuff. Well, being Pawpaw, being one of the old guys, okay, I just have a little old notebook, simple and easy, and I log every single thing that I do. And it's nothing fancy, it's just the date, the project, how long it takes, and the total hours.
That comes from your pilot days, huh?
Yeah, that comes from when I was a pilot and keeping a logbook. And so what I do on that, I track that every single carve, and I know right now I've got around 130 hours on this set of brushes. And I've had my XCarve for about 2 years now, a little over 2 years. And I've changed the brushes a couple of different times, and I always keep spares. And what I do is have a little bag. I just throw them in when I get them, and when it comes time to change them, I can just pull them out of the bag and pop them in. Now, one of the things that I'm going to do also is I have down in the description, when this gets uploaded after this video is done, I have the affiliate links. So I'm going to put a link where you can purchase these brushes. I'm also going to put a link to the tools. Now I'm going to tell you right now, the tools that I'm going to use are probably 20, 30 years old.
Ed's saying hey and that he loves your channel.
Oh, awesome. Hey, that was Ed?
Yeah, Ed.
Ed? Hi, Ed.
Greg says hello from Idaho.
Oh, Idaho. Awesome.
Yeah.
Where in Idaho are you from? Is he answering?
Oh, it might take a second. There's always that delay. But, you want to keep going?
Yeah, I'm going to keep going.
Sorry, distraction.
Now, what I have here is a hook and pick that I'm going to be using to be able to hook onto the spring and pull it out of the way. I also have a needle nose pliers, and I have the Torx driver to be able to take the screws off of the head of the router.
We got Juan from Texas, Troy from Alaska, and Greg from outside of Boise. Outside of Boise.
Outside of Boise, Idaho.
You're covering a lot of territory here.
Yes, indeed. This is awesome. Now, these tools, like I said, are ancient tools that I've had forever. Now, what I did is I went out to Amazon and I was doing some searching, and I found the equivalent or better tools than what I have to be able to do the job.
Got Utah and Alaska.
Utah and Alaska?
Yeah.
Very good. And I'm going to put a link to the various tools. And I didn't try to find the cheapest tools. I didn't try to find the most expensive. I found a good mid-range tool that will do the job for you that you can, if you don't have them already. So
he got his XCarve going this week. Got it because of your videos from Missouri. That's that Gary.
Wow, awesome. Tell Inventables that. Okay, let them know. I've actually had several people say that they made their buying decision based on the videos that I've done. So I'm really proud of that and happy. And like I said, I'm not paid by Inventables. They don't endorse me. But you know what, guys? Let them know.
Well,
let them know that you see me on the channel.
I think one of the cool things is you've learned all this process pretty much alone because there hasn't been a support system. And that's kind of why you wanted to get into this and to begin with to help people out.
That actually is true. You know, I want to tell you, kind of digress here a little bit and tell you a funny little story. I'm old school. I did the drafting and the construction, and I did drafting with paper and pencil, guys, not with the computer. And when I was doing the research to be able to purchase a CNC machine, I probably researched for a year or more. I mean, this was a big, big step. I mean, I've done woodworking forever and ever, but never the XCarve. and you have the opportunity to download easel and play with it before you get the XCarve. I did. I couldn't make it work. I could not do anything with easel. I was frustrated. There was no help. There was no support. I finally got to the point where I could do a few things, and I was so excited. It was unbelievable. But I ended up making my decision. I purchased the XCarve. I put it together. 2 years later, I still have it, and I love it. Okay? So, the XCarve is a wonderful, wonderful tool. Now, we've got a lot of lights that are going to be set up over here so that you can see the actual machine tonight. Okay? And it's going to be good to do it. Want to move over?
Yeah, let's go ahead and do it.
All right, let's go ahead and go over here and do this. Now, the first thing we're going to do, we're going to unplug this and turn the power off. You cannot have the power on when you're doing this. So this is my power plug. It's going over here, hooks right on there, and that's it. Now then, we're going to slide around to the front side. And I'm going to turn this on.
That's your light setup, right?
Yep, this is on my light so that you guys can actually see what's going on. Now then, what we can do is shift the camera. Do you want to hold it right there? That would be fine.
Right here.
All right, we can put the camera right into this spot now.
This way you can kind of see your
Draw. I'm going to raise this up a little bit so you can see it better.
What kind of screwdriver are you using?
This is that Torx screw. And again, I'll have a description down in the link to be able to purchase this off of Amazon. And guys, you know, for this whole last 11 months, I've said I've gone to my scrap bin an awful lot. And my scrap bin, to my wife's delight, is actually getting quite small. And so if you can go to the affiliate links and buy your different items on there, I get a small percentage which will help support the channel. You don't pay anything extra, and I would really appreciate that.
So there's 4 screws on the top.
Yep, 4 screws. There we go. And then this just slips off. Now then, the front side is really easy. A lot of people will actually take their router off. I don't want to take the router off. It's there, it's been there, I'm going to leave it there. But this little spring is where the brushes are located. Okay, and all you got to do is get in here and hook that. I'm going to try this other smaller one here. You hook it. Yeah, I keep saying hook it.
Well, you got a camera in your way trying to do it.
Yeah, I know. Camera and lights, and I can't really get my hand in there. There we go. We're going to pull that right up there, and that's a little hook right here that's made for it. And then on this side, my big old fingers can't get in there. This just unplugs. There we go. That unplugs like that. And then they come out. Now you can see, I want to see in that camera. Yeah, see how it's nice and shiny? We'll try to get the light. See it's shiny all the way across? That's what it should look like. Okay, but you can also see that this is quite small. And let's make the comparison to a new one. Okay, so there is the brand new one, and there's the old one. So you can see that more than half of it is gone. So it's time to change. Okay, so then this goes on the left-hand side.
He's asking you, where do you get your brushes?
The brushes I get from Amazon, and I'm going to put a link down below in the description. It'll be there tonight to be able to purchase the brushes.
Is there a particular brand or?
It's actually made for the DeWalt 611. All right, that will just slide right in. All right.
Going in looks to be a little bit easier.
I wish, yeah, the camera and the lights, it only gives me one place to put my hands. And it's an awkward place. There we go.
See, I think that's one of the things that a lot of people don't really understand. A project that somebody can do in their shop in like 20 or 30 minutes, if you take the time to film it, that project may take, 45 minutes to an hour, and it's something relatively simple.
All right, there we go. The brushes are now on the little connector. This pushes in, and you can see now it's all the way at the end. So we're going to hook onto this. Right there. Push that out, slip it onto the end, and that's it. Okay, now then, we're going to do the same thing on the back side. The next brush is on the back side, and this is the one that people say, oh, it's a lot easier to be able to take off the router. We're going to do it with the router still mounted.
What's the big advantage to leaving it mounted?
It's already set where I want it. The screws are set. They're already in here. They're locked. They're tight. I put Loctite on it so that nothing comes loose. And if I start messing with this, then the router could come loose when I'm carving. And I don't like messing with it.
Oh, that makes sense. I mean, once you get it like kind of set, you kind of just want it set, huh?
Yep. All right. Now then, you might want to put the camera right here.
Okay.
You can see up close?
Yeah, are you going to be working on the other side?
Yeah, right here.
All
right, we're going to do the same thing. We unclip that. Okay. And then I want to come right in here. I'm going to have to catch.
So while you're doing that, is there any indicators other than tracking hours or like taking this apart and looking at your brushes?
You're going to need to back out just a little because
That-
I need to catch this. Well, what you need to do, today actually, matter of fact, I was doing quite a bit of carving. And when I would turn on the router, I would hear an odd little noise. And that was a good indication that the brushes were going.
So basically the machine just didn't sound...
Yeah, the machine didn't sound right. And just before we went live tonight, we had checked out the router, and we turned on the router, and guess what, guys? The router didn't turn on.
Imagine that.
Okay? So, this is what I want to try to show you. Now, you saw how the other one was nice and shiny all the way across? Kind of worked with the camera.
Yeah, rotate it back a little bit.
Right in there.
Other way.
Other way.
There it is.
You see a real shiny portion through here, and then you see a real dark, non-shiny part. What was happening is this spring was putting pressure, was to the point where it was putting a little bit uneven pressure, and it was allowing this brush to arc more than what it should, not have complete contact on the armature the way it should, and it was starting to arc. Good time to be able to change the brushes. You really don't want that to happen. So that's very important. So again, if I look at the new brush that we're going to put in, there's a significant difference on the side. This one's actually a little bit smaller even than the other one on the front side.
Somebody's mentioning that the audio keeps cutting in and out. That's probably because of the Wi-Fi running it.
That may be.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what I can do about that now, but maybe for the next one I'll have a better solution for that.
Yeah, we'll work on a solution for that part. So now then we're just going to do the same thing. We're going to slide this back in. And I can't even see it.
Get out of your way.
There we go.
If anybody knows anything about like microphones too, if there's such a thing as like a cordless mic that might be able to help out, that'd be pretty awesome.
Yeah, because one of the things that I want to be able to do this year is be able to improve not only the videos, but my sound systems, and really give you guys a better experience all the way around.
Scott said, "Yay, you're live again."
Awesome.
This is that super focus moment.
Boy, I tell you what.
And there would be a flight of helicopters.
Yeah. Black Hawk's going over.
Mm-hmm. You missed that sound?
Yeah, really. No, my day was Huey's.
Huey's? Yeah.
Yeah, we had the Huey's. There we go. Yeah, I'm a Cobra and Huey guy.
They still use the Cobras a good bit, the Super Cobra.
Yeah, the Super Cobras are mainly with the National Guards and things.
Yeah.
All right, there we go. Let's make sure that that's down in place.
Trying to show them exactly what's going on here.
Now then, the camera is actually in the best spot possible. And if I was doing this without being live, I would be on the same side as the camera.
Yeah, you're working too hard.
Because it would be much, much easier. Now that the brush is in there, we're just going to hook it again, pull that spring off, and set it on the back side of the brush. And there we go. That's back where it needs to be. So the next thing I want to be able to do, this will gather up dust and debris over time.
I think I should. Is that like that the dark black material?
That dark black material is the carbon from the brushes. So I do like to be able to take the air and blow it out. I don't know if you see it on the camera, but all kinds of dust and debris is blowing out.
Yeah, a little bit.
All right. I think that looks good. Now then, we'll go ahead.
Just how to do all that?
Yeah, and that's working around all these lights and, and the camera. There's definitely, I am not in the best angle.
Dean says we're cutting in and out really bad right now.
Okay, that is not good.
Yeah, well, it's the live part, I think.
Yeah, we're going to have to work on that and figure out what's causing it. So guys, in the next week or so, we may go live just to kind of test things out and try to make things better.
Yeah. It might be the distance from the router. I don't know.
So now, yeah, well, the router basically is above us.
Yeah, but it's through a floor.
Yeah, it is through a floor.
Well, that wraps up the brush changes. You want to do a quick little Q&A for a little bit?
Well, I do want to do a Q&A. I do want to plug this back in.
And I guess check it, make sure it's running. Huh?
Yeah. There we go. That's nice and tight. And again, you don't have to tighten it real tight. It's just really snug is all you're trying to do here. Remember, this is plastic that you're screwing into. And if you tighten it too tight over time, it's going to break. All right, everything is clear. I'm going to go ahead and plug this back in now. And let's test it out. That sounds a lot better than it did earlier today.
Yeah, it really does.
All right, there we go.
All right, so you want to come back around to this side?
I'm going to come back over this side, sit down on my stool. Okay. Now let's see what kind of questions that everybody has. So I'll see what kind of a delay that there is.
Yeah, there's a good bit of delay. I'll try to answer or read them off as they're coming up here.
Read the questions to me.
Yeah.
Do we have any questions?
All
All right, hopefully you've been able to see that changing the brushes is really a pretty easy process, and that there's no reason to be intimidated by it. Just go ahead and do it. Dive in, use this video if you need to be able to have as a guide to be able to change the brushes. I do strongly suggest that you keep some type of log on the projects that you do so you have the total time on the brushes. So with me changing the brushes tonight, I'm going to go ahead and reset my log back to 0 and continue on with a whole brand new log with the date, the project, how long did the project would take, and then the total time, so it keeps a running total. Do you have any questions out there? Anybody's asking anything?
Not that I'm seeing right now.
How many people do we have on the...
Right now there's 15 people.
15 people?
Yeah.
Not bad for the first time that we've really done this.
Well, I'm watching this portion here. It's still showing us in the machine.
Uh-huh.
So they may not actually be...
They may not be aware that we're actually moving to the Q&A session.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So there's a pretty good delay.
Yeah, there is. They're cleaning out right now.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm seeing it's really choppy.
See, I was thinking it was going to be about a 3-second delay.
You know, it probably is normally, but with the choppiness of it all, there might be a little bit more built into that.
And I'd be curious to know, too, if it's because of the iPhones that we're recording with, or if we need a different type of a camera system to be able to do it.
Yeah, probably. Probably wouldn't hurt. But, yeah, they're just not seeing you put the cap on.
Yeah, they're seeing the cap go on now.
Scott's saying you're lagging.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know, Scott. We kind of see that going on, too. See, that's one thing you don't have to contend with when you do, like you do your video, then you edit it, and then put it up.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a lot of lag to be
You
so.
don't have the lag.
Yeah. I wonder... I don't know. I'm going to have to think on that for a bit.
Yeah, because see, now they're going to get this dead time.
Yeah, this dead time I was just waiting and chilling.
Before we can actually go to the Q&A.
You know what we might want to do is, since we're dealing with this lag right now, is to say if they got any questions, you know, ask them in full detail in the comment section, like once it goes up, and let's take care of them there. My wireless from my house to barn has improved from 1 bar to 4 bars. I purchased from Amazon. Style is back. So someone's talking about their wireless.
Yeah.
Should you blow out the carbon before you add the new brushes? Dean is asking.
It would not hurt. Okay, that is something that would not hurt at all to do that. That's probably something that I should have done and did not. Yeah. So that's a very good point.
Well, we did kind of do a pre-cleaning before we started the video just to make sure everything was kind of right. But we didn't do like a super duper cleaning. But yeah, I think Dean's definitely right there.
Yeah, I think he's got a good point. Yeah, see, they're just now getting to the router portion where we turned it on.
Yeah, there's quite a delay.
Yeah.
Wish that wasn't a thing. You know, that makes it pretty hard.
So if you do have questions, by all means, put the questions in the comment section. And even if we can't get to it because of the lag that we're having, I will definitely answer you. But we're going to wait here just a little bit longer and see.
Yeah, we're approaching
we're approaching
30-minute mark. Yeah, this is them just starting to see it.
Yeah.
I want to say thank you for the bump stop plans. I made 4 of them today out of nylon.
Wow.
That was Ray.
Awesome. That is very good.
Where'd you get nylon from?
I don't know. That would be a good question. What type of nylon did you use?
Again, that may be a big delay before he can reply to that.
Uh-huh.
Because we got some PVC that we're going to be working with pretty soon, I think. But nylon.
Yeah,
that's
kind
of
of interesting.
Do you buy all of your bits from Inventables? Juan asks.
I do not buy all my bits from Inventables. I actually buy some from Inventables. I buy some from Amazon. I even go to some of the big box stores to be able to buy the bits. And unfortunately, at the big box store, you really are very, very limited. You have the 60 degree and a 90 degree bit, and occasionally you will have a spiral bit, and it's usually a 1/4 inch that you can use. Now, something else that you can occasionally use is the Dremel. They're 1/8 inch. Yes.
You said that the router should be on setting of 1, question mark?
That is correct. Setting of 1.
Yeah. To use V-bits, do you have to use Easel Pro? Asked Jeff.
Technically, yes you do, if you want to get the bit to do the full feature. If you're carving letters, for an example, and you want those nice crisp corners, and you're using a V-bit, then yes, you do have to use the Easel Pro. Now think about this. You've got 4 free days of the Easel Pro, and of all the carving that I do day in and day out, I will plan the carves, and today was January 31st, and I used my last free day today to do carving.
So that's 4 a month?
4 free days a month, yes, before you have to pay anything. And if you do not care about having a nice